I want you. I mean, I'm doing what I said I built this platform on. And it's sometimes having those uncomfortable conversations. And one of these topics tonight is I'm going to dabble in, and I know it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Stay on the block. Okay? It's But it's not right. Brittany, I'm so sorry that you had to experience this. I just don't even have words. But you're an amazing woman. And I'm sorry, Kenya, when you tried to justify and say she signed a lease and it's just documentation. I'm sorry, it's not. Brittany buried what she wanted to have buried and sealed to never be opened, no matter what the case may be. So whatever private investigator you hired is illegal, and they did what they did because they knew how to get beyond the gates of what she put on them. And you wanted that because you wanted to go to hell, like Cynthia said. So it wasn't. It's Thursday. Yeah. Are you in the building? Are you in the building? All right, y'all. Diddy diddy do up dop dop to Diddy. Diddy diddy do up dop dop to Diddy. Time for the Diddy with the K. Diddy and K. Jane Doe. All right. Are y'all here? We want to make sure y'all are in the building. All right, let me just see. Are we live? Are we live? Can you hear me? Ray is in the building. All right. I'm just making sure. Hey, baby. All right. I don't know where you watching at, but let me make sure and let you know that you can watch me. We are live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can catch me somewhere right now. Okay, Instagram. Hold on. Instagram got to get caught up. Okay. Instagram is there. Okay. Let me go check. Facebook, are you there? Facebook, are you there? Okay. I think we over there on Facebook. Yeah, we on Facebook. Hey, y'all. Hey, Face. All right, Twitch. My Twitch family. W Twitch. Are we in the building? What is this nigga? Okay, I'm just making sure everybody send this out. You know what to do to your work chats, your group chats, your messy chats, friends, families, co-workers, associates, theys, them, all of y'all around the world. Happy Pride! We getting ready to get started. Jane Doe is so juicy, y'all. Jane Doe is so juicy. And I know, oh, geez. Okay. I think I'm doing some great things over there on Twitch because my videos are starting to stay on the page. Clock it. Okay. All right. Y'all ready to see me? Hey, y'all. All right. Okay. So we're doing good. We're everywhere. We're live tonight. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Wow, you guys can be a blessing and a donation. Yeah, it's 2 in 1. It's a 2 in 1 fold. You can be a blessing, while donating. So please, if you would love to donate to the Cash App, let me turn the comment section off for a second. So y'all can go ahead and scan that. I would love if you would love to donate. Okay? I truly appreciate it. We can get this thing started. We need y'all to fill up the room. Send this video out. Come on, y'all know what we do. It's Thursday. Let's not act like we don't know how to do this. Okay? All right. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Late night conversation. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. I gotta get a jingle real soon. Start drinking that hot ass tea. All right. Are we in the building? Let me see. Oh, come on. That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, we'll get there. That's all I'm worried. I'm going to tell you, because this Diddy situation, it has wore me. We've been in it. We have been in it. But let's go. Come on, let's send this out. Send it out. Send it out. Come on, we need to fill up this room. Where is the crew? Are y'all in the building? If you are a part of the crew, say crew is in the building. Let me see you drop a comment to let them know that crew is in the building. All right? Okay. All right. Well. How y'all doing? Listen. You know how things just start to happen and you be like, wrong time. That is kind of where I am at with some things right now. But grab your drinks. Yes. Okay, let me go ahead and get this up here on the screen. Okay, it really just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this mouse, but my mouse is acting real stupid. I don't know. I don't understand why it has to be so difficult. Happy Thursday! The crew is in the building. Some of them are late to work, but it's all right. They'll catch the rewatch. And you were late. Should we invite some guests in today? Okay, I see y'all. Y'all are trying to clock in to work now. Let's go. Come on, send this out. Send this live out. It's Thursday. I won't be on here tomorrow, but follow me on TikTok. Okay? We're going to get that situated because we'll be in LA this weekend. Listen. Act right. I don't know why. It's just, come on. Come on. It's trying to, and I'm trying not to be all up in the screen because the computer is, Oh, you stupid mouse. You're going to be an issue for me. Okay. All right. There we go. Come on, let's go. Are y'all in the building? Are we here? Are we here? Instagram. Are you here? Twitch. Are you here? Facebook. Are you here? YouTube. Are you here? Okay. We trying to get it started. Okay. We're here. Hold on, y'all. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Late Night Konversation with K show. Now, here it is. I love when y'all talk back to me. So make sure y'all talk back to me. The only place that I can't see your comments, and I just wanted y'all to know, so I don't want anyone to think that I'm ignoring them, is Instagram. Oh, no. We're filming. Is that my best friend showing up? Oh, no. Okay. The only place I can't see your comments is Instagram, but if you are on Instagram, I truly appreciate that you're on Instagram. You know, it's great that you're on Instagram. But if you can also switch over to YouTube, if you really want to be a part of the conversation, plug, and you want me to really interact or read your comment or acknowledge your comment, should I say, if you're on over to Instagram, you're going to have to hurry up and hop on over to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, because that is where I can see your comments. But it's Thursday. If y'all missed my video yesterday, we talked about the BET Awards. It was a nice, good conversation for about a good 2 hours. And that was a bomb video, so go check that out. I talked about the BET Awards. It got flagged a little bit because I guess they didn't like me talking about A. Marie. If I'm just gonna keep it a P. Because that's the only part that got flagged for copyright visuals. YouTube. I love y'all, though. Okay. Well. So, check that video out. We also talked about DDG, Kai Cenat. You know, I just did something different from this. And it was well needed that we just needed a different type of pace. And, you know, today, for some reason, my allergies are killing me, okay? Give me a second. I'm going to have moments where I'm going to need to go out, come back in, just so I can get through and I don't sound like SpongeBob, Squidward from SpongeBob, you know? All right, so we probably won't be on here long because I got to go pack and I got to go get ready to enjoy the world. So this weekend, leaving Saturday, Jesus. All right, so Jane Doe. Now I know a lot of people. Let me go ahead and now I know. Oh no, that's not what I want yet. I want this one. Okay, well we'll start here for right now. Now, when we talk about Jane Doe, okay, I really, really don't want to get on here and get myself in any kind of trouble. So, we're going to respectfully identify Jane Doe as Jane Doe. Even though allegedly, hold on. That's gonna always go off, because I just gotta know who walking up on me. Even though allegedly the streets are saying that Jane Doe, you'll have to find out on my Instagram page. I'm gonna post it on my story after I get off of YouTube. So if y'all want to know who Jane Doe is after this is all said and done, who the streets are saying. Now, if y'all put it in the comments and it come up on the screen, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, I'm gonna just look and keep on staying in my lane. But Jane Doe has taken the stand, y'all, and I think she was on stand. Excuse me. I think she was on stand for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days? 5, 6 days? My God. A lot came out from Jane Doe. Okay? Even to the point we got an audio. Okay? They played an audio. And we're going to get into that audio. We're going to play that audio. We're going to listen to it. Jane Doe was Diddy's C-pipe. Okay? I got to do it. He referenced her as, "You are my C-pipe." Okay? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. They had a love like none other. I don't know if this is wrong for me to say, but Jane Doe was almost kind of like Cassie 2.0. Okay? Because she fought back. No shade toward Cassie, but Jane Doe got in the paint. Okay, Jane Doe was so far in the paint. I'm about to jump ahead a little bit, but Jane Doe was taking his head against. She was not knocking his head against stuff. Okay, Jane Doe got in the paint. This was real love. This was Ike and Tina. Now we thought that Cassie and Diddy was like a Ike and Tina. Well, unfortunately, Jane Doe and Cassie have very similar stories, but way different experiences. Okay? And I think with Jane Doe, we see the sex trafficking because they're trying to bring that up again. I think it was proven. Me personally, in my opinion, some of the notes that I took, I think that it was proven that Jane Doe is actually what she said. All of this is allegedly true. Okay, now I have to do this whole alleged thing because I don't want to get Tasha Cade. Okay, let's just say what it is. So, but I do my research. Okay, best believe that I do my research. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Jane Doe, and whew, where do I start? So I really forgot the time. Let me see. Let's go ahead and put this back up on the screen like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, so now, oh, I see the comments. Well, look here. Jane Doe. Now, first thing I put in my notes, and I forgot the time, the time frame of like when they met. I didn't catch that. It was just, all I know is that this time last year, Jane Doe and Diddy was still a thing. They were doing freak offs, I think all the way up until August of 2024. Okay, he got arrested in September. And we wonder why the streets troll and bash and have had it out for this man. Catch that? If you know, you know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I started off with Jane Doe and Diddy. They met. And so based off of this love contract, okay, so I think they met in 2023 or the top of 2024. Yes, because this was a 2-year contract. And with this being a 2-year contract, do y'all know that Diddy is still paying her rent till today? This man is making boss moves while he's still in jail taking care of his C-pipe, okay? They met on a basis where they signed a contract to be in a 2-year relationship, and he was to give her an allowance of $10,000 a month, allegedly, okay? And her work in return was to freak it off, okay? He is still paying her rent till this day, okay? So my notes, I feel like, are going to be kind of all over the place. So I'm just going to kind of read them as I can go. We're going to hit this and quit this. Even though this was 6 days. It was a lot. But my allergies, and I really hate the way I sound congested. Sometimes I just hate it. So let's hit it and quit it. Okay. Where do I want to start? So they had, when we heard about Cassie, we knew that Cassie and Diddy had like their favorite sports. They had their favorite sports that they would go out and, match on the tennis court. And, shout out to the HQ for the haircut. I'm sorry. Y'all see it, And shout out to Spiffy Locks, my husband, for the amazing hairstyle. I'm going to give y'all a 360 at the end. But y'all see this hair, what? Okay, I'm feeling. Okay, so back to them. They had, like, their favorites. Okay, just like we realized and knew that Cassie and Diddy had their favorites. So Paul and Kobe or Cabal, I want to try to see if this mouse is going to get so funny. But let me see if I can try to pull up their pictures really quickly. This is who Jane Doe and Diddy's favorites were, okay? Paul and Cabal or Kobe and yes, we're going to get into why people are saying, well, why did Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan's name come up? I'm going to tell y'all why their name came up, but it ain't what y'all think it is, okay? Because people will use that as clickbait so quick, okay? So let's see. We want to do the Diddy court lineup picks. Let's see if we can get a picture of Paul and Cobell. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know who Paul is. Let me see if I can zoom in. Man. I need a better... No, that ain't gonna work. I'm trying to find a picture of Paul and Cobell. Okay. I am. I'm really trying to find a picture of Paul and Cobell. Diddy scored pics. Okay. Diddy and his court. Oh, now of course Instagram don't want to act like they got any. Okay, well, anywho, I can't find them. But I'll post them on my story. As okay, hold on. I see some comments over here. I just want to make sure. She said, "Oh no, you will pay me back, or I'm setting it off, and did hell have it like yeah, she did. Okay, so I was trying to find Paul and Cabal. So Jane Doe and Diddy, they had their favorites, right? And these two people were, I think, their favorites. The thing about Jane Doe that I've heard over this point in time that was really interesting for me is that she really emphasized on loving him still. I.e., why we can see and understand why he's paying her rent till today. Why they just had a love contract that just started over a year ago. And these contracts had, it was just supposed to make sure that you're going to take care of me, $10,000 a month. And then Diddy, in his mind, allegedly, I think he felt like, I'm going to know that you're going to give me the freakiest of the offs. All the way up until I get ready to go down in September, because I just gotta get this. I can't get this off my mind. You are my C-pipe, girl. Like, I'm so addicted to you. Okay, so he was really, really, really infatuated with Jane Doe. Even to the point, y'all, it was times in court when she was telling stories. Diddy wasn't nodding at the jury because he knew he was gonna get in trouble, but he was smiling and nodding at her as if he was just reminiscing, like, oh man, we used to have some good times. You know what I mean? Good times. That is how he was. That's, from what I've heard on multiple sources, that was what he was giving off, right? Crazy. So they had their favorites. And like I said, I'm going to jump around just because my notes are kind of all over the place. So I can recall that they had one of their first encounters. Could not be in, but allegedly this is one of their first encounters. They were in Vegas, and Jane Doe had said to Diddy that I want the escort to put on a yondom. And Diddy said, no, we don't put on no goat skin around here. We don't do that. We are bare and naked, as Britt Edie would say. We do it bare and naked and slippery in oil around here. So we ain't gonna put no yondom on, and I just need you to go ahead and do your job. We're gonna come back to that, okay? Because he told her specifically to do her job. She also felt like, because he didn't want to do that this was going to go ahead and set the situation up for manipulation. Okay? Prosecution tried to ask her at times, where did you get your money from? Okay. She said, of course, child support. Okay. Brand deals. Instagram. And OnlyFans. Okay. Diddy hated that she did OnlyFans, but she asked for permission because she wanted to make sure that she made him happy. Okay, that's kind of what I took from all the sources that I say. She did not want to do it, but she knew that it was money. But she also had to get permission from her daddy. Okay, and not 50. I'm talking about, like not a 50-50 type deal relationship. It was 100 with them. Okay, so they also asked her. Someone said, so it made comment that she only dates providers. She's a woman. I want to be taken care of. So I date men that are going to be able to provide for me. Women out here believe that men are only the provider. And that, that's their logic. They can go and work. They can do the freak offs. They can take care of the babies, collect the support. But you are the provider. And I want to be taken care of. Okay? There was an interesting time that took place in Turks and Caicos. Okay? And this is where the voice memo comes into play. So let me get ready to set that up too. Where's my speaker? You know, oh, here we go. Okay. So in Turks and Caicos, this was one of many incidents, right? Here is where you will prove some sex trafficking. In Turks and Caicos, they flew someone out. Okay? I put also here, Diddy invested in her dress line. So that was a part of, how she made her money. He made sure that, he took care of her. She also would set up these freak offs like Cassie would, okay? But she also made it known like this is what the tone of the relationship was, okay? I knew this is what my man wanted, allegedly. So I had to do what I had to do because I signed that love contract because I needed him to keep paying my rent, taking care of me. I needed that 10 bands on top of that child support I was getting from that other provider. I'm sitting in cash. I don't ever have to work a day. I don't have to work. I'm going to have to think of a new plan in about 2 years when we got to sit down and renegotiate this contract. But, if I'm doing it right, $10,000 a month, I should be, I should be okay until I find my next provider. Okay? So, I'm just reading the notes. Y'all stay with me. So yes, she used to set up the relationships and the things with the escorts. So let's listen to this audio that happened in Turks and Caicos, right? And I think this audio is important because
Hey everybody, Charles here.
It is.
We just got this new audio from the Diddy trial, and it is pretty explosive. This is audio of a voicemail that Diddy left to the Jane Doe who's been testifying in this trial for the last couple days, and he sounds really annoyed. He's talking about her maybe giving him the silent treatment, and his response is, "I got a busy life. I can't be dealing with your silent treatment." Really pissed off.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not gonna be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know. You think you silent treating me, and you think I'm gonna be nah. You'll have a rude awakening. You'll just have silence, and ain't nobody threatening you. And I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no motherfucking games. But my life is that right now. I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you could be mad. I can have a spat. We can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really that's all it is. You got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. So how do you go in the direction of like moving on and shit like that, or you like just like have me just keep moving? Ain't no threat. I'm just being clear. I can't do this shit with you every time you get upset.
A lot of it because I'm a one woman.
Okay. Wow. Whoa. So that was one. That was one of the audios. Ooh, drank that a little too quick. I'm going right back at it. That was one of the audios. Now we can clearly hear in that audio that he was upset. And something that stuck out to me is he said, "Get back on your job." You mean I'm on mine? I'm paying you $10,000 a month. I'm sticking to the contract. Why aren't you holding up your end of the bargain? There was another audio. Let me see if I can find that one. Oh, there was a shocking phone call? Hold on, y'all. Just in. Somebody just sent me something. Okay, so no, that wasn't it. But there is one. I'm gonna try to see if I found it. So she had this. There was this other audio. Where is it? Hold on, y'all, because I like to get it. Ooh. Okay, Tasha K is at it again. Somebody just sent me something. Okay, is this the audio? Yep, here we go. Here we go. Let's listen to this one.
Pipe. We didn't get. That's my new name for you, Pipe.
Oh.
What should I call you? See, stay in the light. It's all good. Get your rest. You are Pipe. That's my new name for you, Pipe. Or should I call you CP? But yeah, I want you to stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good time together. Like so much fun. So much fun. Now go rest up. Get in your bag. You know what I'm saying? Got your contract. Find a nice little spot. Put your mind at ease. And yeah, I had a great time. And I really, really want you to get some rest. I didn't know about you throwing up and all that. That's when I was like, hold up a second. All right, get some rest, baby. Love. So if you coming in for 24 hours, yeah, you always wanted to set some up. So now you got the opportunity. So set some up for tomorrow night. That last vision we had with that was Dawn and ATL. See, put it together, baby.
Don and ATL. Now, allegedly, I don't know if that's Don Richard, but if that is who we are talking about, why are we mentioning Don Richard in a freak off? We're going to have to get some further text on that, but let's break down these audios. So y'all heard him say in the audio, I thought you was just throwing up, right? So let me tell you about that instant. Jane Doe tells us this incident where she was in the bathroom after getting high off of so much sticky. I can't even etiquette, okay? If you know, you know. She was getting so high off etiquette, and she had to go in the bathroom and give some back. Now, while she was in there, Diddy came in the bathroom, okay? Allegedly. But this kind of just goes ahead and confirm what we just heard. But I'm going to still say allegedly. So while she's in the bathroom, she testifies and says, well, I was so sick because I was so high off etiquette. And, Diddy says to her, well, you got to get it together. Clean yourself up because we got one more dude that's still out here waiting. Like, come on. You could? You threw it up, so you should feel better, right? All right, come on, let's go. I need to get I need to get this last dude taken care of, and I gotta, finish my set. Come on. You know what we gotta do. So let's go. Get up off your knees, clean your mouth, take some of that mouthwash, rub some oil on them shoulders, and hit them elbows and them knees because you was just on the ground. Oil back up and meet me out here. All right, let's go. We gotta finish this off so we can get him out of here. So we can have our time. Right? Now, I found one thing interesting is that he gave Jane Doe time that he didn't give Cassie. The time that he gave Cassie that she adored was when they was rubbing semen on each other. The type of time that he gave Jane Doe was real intimate, like type girlfriend. Like, I'm rubbing your feet, fixing your food, rubbing your back. We watching his favorite show. She said his favorite show is Dateline. Might I ask, is he setting up to do some shit? Or he just waiting to see if one of his murders was going to be on Dateline? If somebody was going to talk? Or he just, I don't know. But that's crazy that you like watching Dateline of all shows. They would fall asleep to Dateline. So he gave Kathy that time, but he gave Jane Doe that. I found that very interesting. So after that situation, she had to get up and go back out there and do what they had to do. Now, we also want to touch, because this was my next note, where it got violent.
And the light.
Oh, no. Now, when it gets violent, that is when I'll be like, oh, okay, well, here we go. But the thing about this violent situation is Jane Doe got buck with Diddy, okay? Jane Doe said, okay, so you want to play on my top. Like, you want to sit here and play with me and act like you wasn't with another girl out there in Utah or whatever the case may be. I know it's other women, but you want to act like it's not. Okay, so you know what? Since you want to play, let's play. They in the kitchen, I'm assuming, and they're somewhere in the house. I'm assuming the kitchen. Jane Doe walks up to Diddy and his head right on the counter. He grabs his head. Oh, you... what? Now, I'm trying to dramatize this because it gets heavy. Okay? Because this wasn't just a drag out of the elevator, like with Cassie. I feel like if this fight was caught on camera, Diddy would have been done for good. But the way she detailed this fight, it happened in the kitchen. Bam, she took his head, hit it on the counter. He chased her. Upstairs, she goes into a bedroom, locks that door. He kicks that door in. Into the bathroom, she locks that door. He kicks that door in. He gets in. Bow, bow, bow. She's bow, bow, bow. She while she was in that bathroom, she runs into the closet. Goes into the closet, locks that door. He kicks the closet in. Poof! Okay, he's in the closet with her while she was trying to get it in. Now, I don't know if he did one kicks, got in, or it took a few kicks, but while she was in that closet, she had time to put on a dress and some heels. Okay? Boom, she ran out of there. She ran downstairs. He ran downstairs after her, grabbed up, came from behind her, had her in the chokehold, feet are off the ground. They're dangling. One heel goes this way, one heel goes that way. Right? She swiggles on out of that because, she's short. I don't know if she's short, but she's short. And Jane Doe, they got over here with black hair. I look. Okay, so she wiggles out of that. Gets to the front door. Runs out of the front door. Runs 2 blocks down. Hides for about 2 hours. She come peeking out. Oh, he's still there. She come peeking out again. Maybe she thought she didn't see him, so she runs back to her house. He's in the house still. The fight starts all the way back up. Boom, 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 tussling. It lasts for some more time, but the end of the fight, she's in the shower, in the home that they just tussled all the way from the kitchen upstairs, outside, down the block, back up to the block, this entire home. Because at this point, in this year, in 2024, Diddy had stopped having freak-offs at hotels. Okay? Because Cassie's lawsuit came out in March. He was still having freak-offs in August. He was going to pay Cassie off and thought it was going to be the end of it. And I'm going to just still do what I want. Hey, she wasn't willing, I'm going to go find the next one. Because this is just love. Right? So then she's in the bathroom and she looks in the mirror and she's got bruises. She probably looks unrecognizable. And she's in the shower, standing there in the shower, and Diddy walks in, he's looking at her. Yeah, I know y'all already thinking where this is getting ready to go. Well, Diddy walks up to the shower, slaps her, and said, put some ice on it. And he walks out. The thing about Jane Doe, she made it very clear that she loved Diddy. And that's what screwed her up when Defense got ready to go ahead and take a stand on her. Defense wanted to use, well, why didn't you leave? You came back. You signed a contract. You know, they every hole that they can find that we all, you know, they found. So there was this one night. Oh, this was this. So before that it all had happened, it was supposed to be a good Valentine. Candles was lit. I mean, she thought that she was walking into a beautiful romantic night. And for it to end that way, oh, isn't that tragic? She made it clear that she went back only because she loved him. But she did not want to do the thing with other men. Okay? She also talked about the memories that she used to have. But maybe together, she would cook, rub his feet. She loved those times. So here's the point where everybody was like, well, why is these names? Now, here's the thing. I heard Kanye West showed up to court, but he got kicked out because he was trying to protect Diddy. We'll talk about that next time. I got to go get some tea on that. But when we heard the names Michael Jordan, because I want y'all to take this clip and put it wherever y'all need to put it and send it to whoever y'all need to send it to, because people are going to try to keep bringing up celebrities and use them as their titles for clickbait for this trial when you're just trying to get people to click on your page and you're not giving credible information. So I hope y'all get Tasha Cade. Okay? So the reason why Michael, Shaquille, and Kobe Bryant came up is because Jane Doe said, I feel like me, you, and Paul, she's saying to Diddy, are like the dream team. Okay? When we get together and we do these freak-offs, oh my God, the way that Paul lays it down is like Kobe. Okay? Then I'm right there like Shaquille. Okay? Right in it. And of course, you make all this happen. You're the greatest of all time. So you are Michael Jordan. We are like the dream team. That is the only reason why those three names came up. They had nothing else to do with Diddy. She referenced them as like that is their roles. Her, Paul, and Diddy. Whoever Paul is out of the Scorts, Paul was really liked. Okay? Even though she also said, I was so in love with him, but I just didn't want to do it with the other men. But then you turn around and you reference Paul to be who? Kobe? So that means you loved him enough in what he was so good in what he did. When he would come over there and spread you wide and hang you low. You want to say that he's Kobe, you're Shaq, and he's Michael? So that's the only reason why we got those names in court today. Right? And in closing, because, you know, she took the stand for about 5 days. And I'm going to give my closing after this. So this is where it got interesting too. So when defense got ready to cross-examine her, there was a moment, and it's this woman right here in the picture. Teeny Tinny. So Teeny asked her, what is a Bottega bag? Jane says, I'm sure you got one. The court goes, oh, ooh. I know Armand ate that up. I know he said, girl. Because they said this whole time Jane Doe was cool. You know, she was answering the questions, prosecution, even defense. But it was something about this moment that happened and this memory that was triggering her with the whole situation. And Tenny said, what is a Bottega bag? She said, I'm sure you have one. Because background text, they had an argument. Diddy had an argument with her over a Chanel bag because he promised her a Chanel bag, but Diddy bought a Chanel bag for another girl, and Jane Doe never got her Chanel bag. So defense asked her, what is a Bottega bag? She said, I'm sure you got one. The whole court gasped. Then defense, trying to keep their composure, she says, well, how much does that bag cost? She responds, Jane Doe, well, how much does my body cost? At this point, we see that this is kind of getting ready to go somewhere else. So the judge had to come in there and step in and say, hey, Jane, we need you to stay focused, my dear. We understand that you're getting a little agitated, but this was your life that you lived, allegedly. I'm dramatizing. I'm paraphrasing. I'm shooting my HBO Max pilot right here, okay? But I need you to remember that you're under oath and you're testifying, so you have to answer these questions in the right order that they are asked, okay? Please and thank you. All right? So I thought that was very, very interesting. Jane Doe, will her testimony hold weight for the jury? Again, it's going to take me back to this. At the end of the day, when prosecution wraps this all up, how they're going to all tie this in their closing argument is what's going to seal the deal for them. The things that we can remember from this Jane Doe is that they flew to Turks and Caicos, and there were men flown out for a freak-off. That is sex trafficking. There was one point where she did say to him that she did not want to do it, but she then did do it anyway. They signed a love contract for 2 years. Back in 2024, Diddy still today has to sign and stick to that contract. He is paying her rent still till today. So with all of these things, you're taking a stand on the side for prosecution. Whether you were subpoenaed or not, you're saying up here one breath that you didn't like it, but you're saying up here in the next breath that he's still taking care of me because I signed a contract. Now, if you brought that contract to the table, you had at any point in time to breach the contract. But you liked Paul. You, Paul, and Diddy were the dream team. And when y'all got together, y'all made magic. So I don't know. And she did make reference on time where she emphasized on certain things, but she also emphasized heavy on that I was in love with this man. So will prosecution find this a big piece? I do believe Jane Doe. Now, if this was who was missing and they couldn't get her for a while and she was supposed to been come, I get it. Because Jane Doe needed to be right after Cassie. Because so we can see here, yes, it is a pattern of a relationship, but it's the extent of what he's making them go through to be in this partnership. And with Jane Doe, we got a whole contract. With Cassie, it was a bunch of shoulda, couldas, and what I'm going to do for you. So I think we are on day 20. Woo, I know, y'all. I know. We are on day 22. Day 22 wrapped up today. And she concluded with day 21. Yes, she concluded within day 21, and day 22 wrapped up today. I'm not sure on what happened today in court.
Kicked in several doors, and then she had to run several blocks away and hide. And that when she...
Oh, okay, so they talked about that, the whole situation and some more things. So, it's getting to the point where we're going to have to see what defense is going to do and who they're going to bring in to collaborate and speak on Diddy being a good person. And who will testify. I do not think Diddy will testify. I really don't think he will. And if he does, I will be entirely shocked that he is testifying. I just, wow. I don't know. I don't know. And if he does, he does. But Jane Doe, we'll see. Again, I always believe it's going to have to tie up with how they're going to close this case out. How they going to close this case out. And that's really just the determining factor on how they're going to close this case out. So we shall see. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. It's been a great Thursday. We're going to see. That mistrial that you guys heard about. So that mistrial was because they wanted to say that Cassie got on stand and she lied about what she said when she saw her friend being hung over the banister. She really did not see that. Yes, she was in the house, but she did not see it. And that was because we heard from the testimony of the victim that was hung over the banister that Cassie was not there. Was there, but did not see it happen. She pretty much came to the scene after I was already thrown against some furniture that was on the patio. So she did not see me physically hanging over the banister. Now, prosecution has some time to figure out how they're going to say, what it is. And if they can prove it, then we'll be good. If not, it's going to have to figure out, it's going to be a mess. They're going to have to figure that whole situation out. But as of right now, that is what the mistrial was. Okay. Every other one, Diddy has been denied. It hasn't flopped. It hasn't worked. But that is also the job of the defense, to try to throw things out, to get them thrown out, mistrialed, taken off the records. That's their job. So we're going to see a lot of that, and I'm expected to see a lot of that. But we're almost done, I think, with prosecution. I think they probably saved Jane Doe or for the end or finally got a hold of her. But if this is how they conclude and close out, well, I think prosecution has got a good case, and they can go ahead and rest, and we can go ahead and see what the end's going to be. But Diddy is definitely, I think, going to serve some time. This is just not my opinion. This is just my opinion, based off of the 22 days or 21 days that I say that this trial has been going on. To know that you were up doing freak-offs all the way up until August of last year, and you just had got arrested last year of September, it's kind of crazy to me. But in his mind, this is what relationships do that I'm involved in, okay? This is what love making looks like. Love, right? So, if that's what love is, cheers. But I will close out and say this. I don't condone any of these things that go on with these women. It's not funny. It's very sad. But we do have to bring a little life, bring a little life to this as much as we can, because this is something that their kids have to go back and watch. This is something that's going to be smeared through the internet for years and years to come. And it's not going to be easy for them. So if anybody ever comes across mine, I don't want to just seem like a cold-hearted jerk, or like I'm just not sympathetic to the situation. It's horrible. And it's really inhumane. And I can't even believe that some of you women went through this. Oh, I've got to say this. One thing that they asked Jane Doe, and we'll end it here. What did you learn from Diddy? Well, I learned gospel music. And he introduced me to his favorite pastor. We don't know who that is. But my, oh my, how do you go from a freak off to gospel music? So even after you changed your name from Love, you just still had the gruesome and sex, but then you turned around like a lot of these pastors do and just ask for forgiveness and get right back up. Uh-oh! No shade. No shade. I think I just been sipping this red cup, brown mug a little too long. It's time for me to get off here. So yeah, that came up too, and I forgot. I was just looking at that over the notes. But my heart goes out to everyone that experienced everything that they went through with this. And I hope that you get the justice and the peace and the healing that you need to get through this situation, because it can't be easy. And there's no way we can think that what these people have went through is human. It's not. And it's so sad. So my prayers are with him, and that, even the families that are affected by this, that have to watch this in the media and hear what has been done to their children, mothers or fathers or aunties or uncles or cousins, it's sad. And we want to make sure that we let them know that you're in our prayers, and I hope that you're on the road and healing, on the journey of healing. But what I do know is that getting it out, even in what form or however form it is, so even if it is sitting on this stand and testifying, getting it out is so therapeutic and it's so healing. So make sure that y'all are taking care of yourselves. And in this case too, don't get too engulfed in it. You got to sometimes come up out of it and go get some other things done, and put your mind into some other things, because this is heavy. It's deep. We've been in this for like 22 days. Okay, I'm talking too much. I feel the engine starting to rev. So I see y'all next week. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to be on here tomorrow, because I have work to do, and then I'm leaving later in the night. So this has been amazing. Yes, we want to make sure that we say happy Pride to all of my people that celebrated. I just did an amazing Pride interview with my company. So once I get my hands on that, I'm going to put it on my page, and I want y'all to enjoy it. So hopefully I get it before Pride Month is over with, so I can show it. And yes, we do take Men's Mental Health Awareness Month very, very serious. So I would love to probably get an interview in live. I think I'm going to call up my boy Patrick. I'm going to have him come, because I was supposed to do his anyway, and I recorded it. But, we're going to do it live right here on the show. All right? So it has been amazing. It has been great. Thank you all for joining me. And guess what? Conversations got to be had. They're healing. They're definitely healing. No matter what you can do in life, just make sure you have the conversation. Okay? I will see y'all next week. I ain't going to tell you when. I might surprise you. Might see you a little earlier than what I normally do. And if that's the case, stay great. Stay safe. Happy Pride. Take care of yourself out there, man. Have a great weekend, y'all. I'll be back soon. Turn on that notification bell. Make sure you like this video and share this video. All right. We out. Bye. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe on all things Konversation with K. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Stay connected.